Здесь все включу. Что-то ОБС не сразу его ловит. Okay. Hello, Hippocat.
Hey.
So, while you might see, I mean, everyone else but you, might see 3 millennials right now on stream. This is just me finding out that randomly OBS just stopped capturing PlayStation. But, hello Naomi, but while that happens, while we figure this out, maybe someone will crawl in. I'm also gonna post the stream link, because it probably will show up on my page here. Yes, it does. Okay, copy paste, Discord, this is my channel, stream warnings, bam. Okay.
You know, it doesn't show up on your channel for me, but I enabled like notifications, and I could go there from notification.
Ah, well, I've started just simply whatchamacallit, opening my channel ahead of time so that we can so that I can just get a link quick. Yeah, let me relaunch PlayStation emulator. This is kind of weird because it just worked earlier today, but whatever. It's just giving people time to trickle in a little bit as if they want. PS1, this. Because if I am forced to do it, I will just do a display capture. You know what? Birthday in 1 week. Well, my birthday, Naomi, is tomorrow, so there's that. Okay, game capture.
My mother's birthday is this Sunday.
Huh. Okay, new page. I see. Meanwhile, we can hear some Mortal Kombat music and sound.
Electronic fun for everyone.
Okay, this is gonna be weird if this suddenly starts working. Yeah, okay. This, I don't understand this whatsoever.
The crushing pound of the mallet.
See, I
The
guess.
shattering blow of the club.
But yeah, we can watch this. OBS figured it out immediately.
Blade.
It's like weird live action intro.
They call to you.
You can see they're empathizing weapons, and weapons are in this game, but really not a big deal. Because you have to make a special, like you have to do a special move to take them out, and the first hit to drop them immediately. So, okay. Figure this out. I don't know what OBS is doing, but I just had to create a new copy of like the source for PlayStation 1, and now it's working. So here we are. I'm just gonna show like basic info about these games as we pass them, and some little sprinkled details here and there. Characters and whatnot. So in arcade, I'm also gonna put the second player in here so that we don't accidentally get to play with the computer. Raiden, we know. Liu Kang, we know. Johnny Cage, Jax, Scorpion, Sub-Zero, Sonya, we know. Jarek is just Kano, but because Kano is indisposed at the moment, he's pretty much Kano. Shinnok, we've heard about Shinnok, Elder God of Death and whatnot. Kai, random motherfucker, I don't know anything about him. No! Well, actually, it's good that I selected Kai. Wow, these screens are something else. It's good that I selected Kai because he has, I think, some of the funniest special moves. Let me see, I've got the list pulled up here. Block and low kick, I think this. So he can do this pretty much, for some reason.
This looks like shit.
Yeah, it kinda does, doesn't it? Okay, out of this I can pretty much just do low kick and hold LP, low punch. So this is what this character can do. Also Reptile, this is the beginning of Reptile looking weird and ugly, but if you think this is strange for Reptile, we haven't seen next game Reptile. Also, there is a version of this game called Mortal Kombat Gold. It has been released, to my knowledge, only on Dreamcast. And hello Yugi. I'm not sure, but I will try. I'm gonna be playing on like super easy. And I have beaten.
Can you do something with the ugly heads?
Yeah, oh yeah, everything that's on the ground you can throw. And actually, that's the most damaging thing you can do in this game, is throw this crap. But if the opponent crouches, it just kind of flies over and flies out of the arena immediately. But yeah, if I cannot beat 9 and 10, we'll just have to carry over a little bit into next stream sometime. I'm sure I can beat both of them in 3 streams at most. Because I've been skipping cutscenes while playing MK9 story mode, just to see how long it would take and like what my skills are, and I beat it in like 2 hours. And some cutscenes are unskippable, so I think it should be pretty much just 4 hours and a little bit over. Okay, I don't know any fatalities, and fatalities in this game are lame anyway, so let's just finish them. And I kinda hate that time is limited on the character select screen. Also, this is the press start to continue. Yes, I will press start to continue. So other characters that are new to this game. Fujin here, he was actually first in Mickey mythology Sub-Zero. He is god of wind, similar to how Raiden is the god of thunder. Reiko is just a mystery man. Quan Chi is the sorcerer from hell, and Tanya is from the same place as Kitana from Edenia, and she's just kind of like the type who pretty much just, you know, does what's best for her. Not even a mercenary, he just aligns with the winners every time. So she's kind of like a chaotic evil, I guess, or chaotic neutral or something. Doesn't really matter. Worked for Shinnok, worked for other evil people. But Shinnok here, main boss, and pretty pathetic for it, because he's pretty much just like Shang Tsung without the visual change when you transform to a character. Also, the background here is marvelous in the stage. I think there's supposed to be like elder gods there, but people call this blowjob face. Anyway, out of this game, I'm just gonna show some endings and whatnot. Let's see if I can just press this up. Yes, okay. So I have cheated massively to unlock all endings. I'm also gonna show there's an N64 version, which has different endings. These are pre-rendered, and in N64 they are in engine. And one particular ending on N64 has a very, very hilarious, well, to me, thing at the end, which I just think is worth showing. But from this one, let's watch the intro and a couple of the endings. They're really shit in this game. It's like early figuring out 3D rendering, but it's amusing to watch. And the voice acting is amazing as well. This is just gonna lay down some story here for context.
Thousands of years ago, in a battle with the fallen elder god known as Shinnok, I was responsible for the death of an entire civilization. To rid all realms of Shinnok's menace, I waged a war that plunged the Earth into centuries of darkness and banished Shinnok into a place called the Netherrealm. Now, after Shao Kahn's defeat at the hands of Earth's warriors, Shinnok has managed to escape his confines in the Netherrealm. The war is now being fought once again.
Hello, Hazmati.
Only this time, it can be won by mortals.
This doesn't make any sense. Why this time it can be won by mortals? I guess maybe he means the war not as in just another Mortal Kombat situation, but as in war with Shinnok.
So like Shao Kahn is not an entity anymore.
Well, I mean, no one really stays dead in Mortal Kombat. Johnny Cage was supposed to die in MK2. He was not in 3 in Ultimate. But he's back, and his bio I think says like, hey, his soul just came back and decided to come back, and Raiden helped him because why not? Old friends. Well, Hazmati, I haven't played this one almost at all, so I can't really say about its gameplay. I think it's got the early like attempt at 3D arena. You can walk back and forth, like I mean forward and backward, like towards and away from the camera, like in the ones we've been playing outside this, but controls are largely like the previous Mortal Kombats. Yes, this is Mortal Kombat 4. This is on PlayStation 1. So the best, I'm gonna show Reiko ending. Reiko, no one knows anything about him at this point. Later he's gonna be revealed that he is just like one of the generals of Shao Kahn, and he was one of the main antagonists in the comics for MKX, and he was really cool in there, and he reappears later in the games. But in this one no one knew anything about him, and his original ending in the arcade was literally a portal opens, he walks into it, roll credits, nothing else. The ending that they rendered for PlayStation 1 added a little something. It's got like this weird fashion show sachet into the portal. You can see the weird transparency artifacts there from this modeling, if you really squint. Check out this marvelous animation. Oh no! So basically everyone who saw this thought he was Shao Kahn at this point, because he sat on the throne and a helmet descended from the heavens on top of his head. But I will just tell you outright, he's not Shao Kahn, he's not like reincarnating younger Shao Kahn. He just literally, canonically, likes, when Shao Kahn is out, likes to go sit on his throne and wear his helmet. That's what was
Really?
later. That's what was later revealed. So that's great. And of course the other examples.
Does he wear his panties as well?
Maybe, I don't know. Shao Kahn probably has multiple what's the proper word, like backup panties. So yeah, if he knows how to get them, he probably does. Well, Hazmati, mostly because MK11's coming out. But I've also just been, you know, MK11, there's a lot of like reaction videos and just trailers and combat casts and all that stuff. So YouTube has been recommending Mortal Kombat videos to me, and among them some videos about the older games that I've missed, like these that I'm showing right now here. Mortal Kombat 4, Deadly Alliance, Deception, Armageddon. And some of those videos made it seem interesting, and I am a big fan of Mortal Kombat. Ever since, I guess, 9 and X kind of cemented it. Story mode for X cemented it properly. But anyway, let's watch. There's Jarek, he's Black Dragon. Black Dragon is like the bandit crime organization that Kano was a member of, also Cabal. And Sonya and Jax are, of course, hunting them. Also, I guess I'll mention this a bit later. There's a little bit of additional info on Black Dragon that I've recently learned. But anyway, the endings for Sonya, Jarek, and Jax here are just like a little short sequence of events. Don't particularly remember. I think Sonya, then Jarek, then Jax. So this is amazing. Watch this. Watch all of this.
It's over, Jarek. Shinnok is dead. The good guys won. You're coming back with me.
Never, Sonya. I agreed to help defeat Shinnok, not turn myself into the Special Forces. The Black Dragon, live on!
The Black Dragon died with Kano. You're the last one, Jarek.
Never!
The fuck?
Come in, Major Briggs. This is Lieutenant Sonya Blade, over.
Sonya, glad to hear you're alive.
You actually sound happy to hear from me, Jax. Things get boring?
Not since you followed Liu Kang into the Netherrealm.
Well, it's over now. I'm returning to base. 10-4, Jax.
So yeah, Jarek has the best voice acting in this game by far. Never! Some people interpret what he's screaming as he falling as "I'm so gay!" I don't know. I know that the throws, by the way, in MK Gold on Dreamcast there are additional characters, and I think Kung Lao has, like, they all mumble some shit when they throw. And Kung Lao, I think, literally mumbles, "I'm gonna throw you over there!" or something like that. And there are some other really weird... Oh yeah, Liu Kang, we should probably show some of Liu Kang, but on... Do I have it unlocked on N64? I actually probably don't. Anyway, let's continue with Jarek's ending. Well, Supermodel, yeah, Hazmati, they have traditionally made Sonya like smoking hot up until pretty much Mortal Kombat X. Also, Haunted Forest is in, at least in N64 version. I'm not sure about PlayStation 1, I don't remember seeing it. But it wasn't in the N64 version, and it must have been in MK Gold. So if you played PC version, maybe it wasn't there as well. Right, this is pretty much the same with an addition.
Over, Jarek.
Also, I guess
Shinnok
mirrored a
is
little bit.
dead. The good guys won. You're coming back with me.
Sonya looks the dumbest
Sonya, I agreed to help defeat Shinnok.
in Mortal Kombat
Turn
vs.
myself into
DC
the Special
and
Forces.
MK9.
The
We'll
Black
see all of
Dragon,
that.
live on!
The Black Dragon died with Kano. You're the
Sorry, you
last
have to watch
one,
this again,
Jarek.
but I mean, this is how they structured it.
What's
What's up, again?
Come in, Major Briggs. This is Lieutenant Sonya Blade. What?
What a twist. Also, listen to this here, after he smashes the thing. What the fuck is that?
Was that like a laugh or something?
Yes, it was like a chuckle. The funniest part...
What the fuck?
Right? You haven't seen nothing yet. The funniest part is that I think that sound effect of that laugh also, like, when you input cheats in this game, when the cheat is like about to be registered, that sound plays in the menu, so you hear and then, like in this instance, I unlocked all the ending movies. And now Jax finished that all up.
It's over, Jarek. Shinnok is dead. The good guys
Wait, did I?
won. You're
I'm pretty
coming
sure I
back
launched
with
Jax.
me.
I didn't think it
Never, soldier.
started
I
here.
agreed to help defeat Shinnok, not turn myself in.
I thought it started later. Ah, whatever.
The Black Dragon
Let's see what it
live
does.
on.
The Black Dragon died with Kano.
Yes, it was
You're the
Kano.
last
Kano
one,
isn't dead
Jarek.
at all. They just think he is.
Come in, Major Briggs. This is Lieutenant Sonya Blade.
I really hope I launched Jax's ending and not Jarek's here, because I don't want to watch this many more times.
Sonya, this is Jax. Are you there?
But at least you might hear them again.
Going somewhere, Jack?
Ah, there we go.
Jax, I thought you were going to. Thought I was what? Dead? Like my partner you just tossed off the cliff? I'm sorry, Jax. Please, don't drop me. Wait, I promise. Too late, Jarek. You can't drop me.
Ah, no! Why do you do this? Emulator. Okay, well, emulator just crashed. Let me relaunch that. Oop. That was the best part. Run.
Well, we're gonna hear the.
Yeah, that's true, that's true. Let me see that OBX picks it up. Yeah, okay, it does. Whoop. Up. Luckily, I have a save state right here. Right, Yugi, it's kind of
over,
weird.
Jarek.
Early
Shinnok
3D
is
animation.
dead. The
This
good
reminds me of
guys
Sonic
won.
Adventure when
You're
he's
coming
doing like
back
the
with me.
little
Never,
shaky
Sonya.
stance.
I agreed to help defeat Shinnok, not
In these
turn myself
animations,
in
there's
with
this
the
like
Black
ridiculously
Dragon.
exaggerated and fast
The Black Dragon
I don't know what this
died
is supposed
with
to be, like
Kano.
heavy breathing,
You're the
right?
last one, Jarek.
combat stances. Never. He's just doing a
Come in,
Raiden's
Major Briggs. This is
screen here.
Lieutenant Sonya Blade.
Okay, I hope it doesn't crash again. I haven't personally watched this ending on this emulator yet. But if it crashes again, I'm just gonna tell you what happens because the
Going somewhere,
shit.
Jarek?
The voice acting isn't the biggest
I thought you were
point there.
going to. Thought I was what? Dead? Like my partner you
Fingers
just
crossed.
tossed off the cliff? I'm sorry, Jax. Please, don't drop me. Wait, I promise. Too late, Jarek. You can't drop me. You have to uphold the law. You have to arrest me. Wait, this is brutality. You can't do it. Wrong, Jarek. This is not a brutality. This is a fatality.
I'm okay. Wonderful sequence of events. I guess Liu Kang. I don't want to waste time watching Liu Kang's outro. Basically, Tanya. Actually, I think that's Tanya's. Ah, no, wait, I'm forgetting. Maybe it's in the start of it. Let's start. The rhyme.
I've once again defended
Also, what's
my
this
title as
animation
champion
here?
of
What's his
combat and defended
pose?
the realm of Earth. But I have failed to save the realm
But listen
of
to what
Dead.
he's gonna say to
In
Kitana
doing
in a
so,
second.
I have also lost Kitana forever. Kitana?
Yes, Liu Kang. It is I.
But I thought you were gonna lick.
With Shinnok's destruction, you have
Nothing else matters. Why does he say, but I thought you were gonna lick? Everyone interprets it in their own dirty ways. She interrupts him before he can say, but I thought you were gonna lick something else. It might have been some other word, but, you know, it's open to interpretation. On the N64 there are subtitles and it literally says, but I thought you were gonna L... period, how I should call it? No. Oh no, I forgot how that triple period is called, whatever. So yeah, that's something. And I guess for sheer animation, check out what Shinnok is gonna be doing here. Head movement. Speaking of head movement, Yugi.
Will pay for my grievance. You turned against your
look at Shinnok here in a moment.
You betrayed your title. You deserve much worse. But it's too late, Raiden. I win. With the Elder Gods out
That's
of the way,
Gmod
I will
animation,
take my rightful
literally.
place as ruler of all eternity. I can already feel the power surging from within. You're mad. Farewell, Thunder God.
And then he explodes. Okay, so that's that. And one thing, I want to show an ending of Sub-Zero on the N64 version. I don't know Yugi. I think a lot of things. Also, I guess in Johnny Cage's ending, he just, you know, receives an award and then everyone throws like bottles of wine and tomatoes and pineapples at him. It doesn't really matter. Yeah, right, Hazmati, Gmod straight up. Okay, now I'm gonna do some sort of weird manipulation here. I'm gonna launch the N64 version. I'm gonna close the PlayStation 1 emulator. Whoops, and there we go. OBS catches the N64 now. It might have, I don't know, Yugi, actually, I don't know the dates. Okay, I'm gonna hope that F7 is gonna bring me where I think it should bring me. Oops. 7. Yeah, so battle with Shinnok. This is how it looks when he dies. This is gonna show Sub-Zero's ending. And the part that is funny is at the very end. Also, I'm gonna skip through this because this goes on for long.
Finished. Your quest for vengeance is over.
I guess there are other funny parts as well.
Dead man, you have defeated my physical.
The animations.
My soul is eternal. You will pay for the massacre of my clan.
Quan Chi out of nowhere.
Zero, like your brother before you, you have served my purposes well.
Also, don't mind the weird artifacts up and above and below. It's just, they're just there.
Scorpion agreed to fight for us in exchange for
Like her legs shaking.
a deal I had no intention of fulfilling.
But yeah, he's like the big evil mastermind sorcerer, blah blah blah.
You and Scorpion were pawns for Shinnok. Scorpion!
Okay, so listen quickly and watch the subtitles as well.
Our battle is finished. You are now freed from my curse. Live well, Lin Kuei warrior.
I cannot get over that. Let's watch it again.
Lin Kuei warrior.
Alright. So I think... Alright. I think that was whoever was voice acting just saying like, yeah, this is over, shut down the recording or whatever. But they left it in and subtitled it. So this is this big moment where Scorpion and Sub-Zero make up after their eternal rivalry. And Scorpion's like, I'm not gonna haunt you anymore, Sub-Zero, go free now. Live your life to the fullest. Sub-Zero's like, alright. That is the best thing ever. There might be funnier things in Mortal Kombat Deadly Alliance, but the alright is just, Okay. Launching... Is Mortal Kombat 4 a good... I don't know, people liked it back in the day, some people enjoy it kind of like ironically still. Mortal Kombat Gold, I think, for the Dreamcast is the default version now. They added some characters. Among them, there's a secret character, Sector, with his homing missile. And that homing missile breaks the shit out of everything, because they didn't properly program how characters that are like in the process of being grabbed react to it. So if you're doing a grab or a throw like animation on someone and he gets hit by the homing rocket, this is just like animation fucks up completely. And unfortunately I don't have the Dreamcast emulator or any sort of capacity to show that to you. But that's not really the biggest loss. For now, let's launch Mortal Kombat Deadly Alliance. Start PlayStation 2 capture. Work. Yep. Okay. Man, my cords are all tangled to hell. So I've downloaded some saves. It's not gonna interfere with our Deception Conquest mode playthrough or the eventual future Armageddon Conquest mode playthrough, but I've downloaded saves where everything is unlocked. As you can see here on memory card 2, there is this NoHex profile that has everything. In Deadly Alliance, we're gonna watch the intro And I'm just gonna show you some character designs and just explain what the characters are. There's the intro, let's watch this.
Mortal Kombat has always been and always will be. For millennia, the forces of good and evil have been locked in eternal battle over the control of Earthrealm. Some seek to use the tournament to destroy all that is good. Others seek vengeance, power, or eternal life. Time after time, each individual threat has been vanquished, and Earthrealm has enjoyed relative peace for many years. But there is concern that Earth is once again in peril. And this time, the threat of evil has two faces. It is now known that the sorcerer Quan Chi has escaped from the Netherrealm. Since his escape, Quan Chi has unlocked the secret of the ancient runestone, discovered the ancient undefeatable army of the long-forgotten Dragon King, and most disturbing of all, formed an alliance with one of our deadliest enemies, Shang Tsung. With their combined strength, they plotted to overpower the only two beings who could prevent their total domination of the two realms. The first was the Emperor of Outworld, Shao Kahn. In a false show of allegiance, they sprung their attack. They then traveled to Earthrealm by way of a mystical portal known only to sorcerers and deities. There, they confronted Earth's mightiest warrior and champion of Mortal Kombat, Liu Kang. It has been Shang Tsung's desire to consume the soul of Earthrealm's greatest warrior.
Kinda does, Cosmatic, kinda does.
With Quan Chi's assistance, he achieved this goal. Liu Kang is dead. They have since returned to Outworld and are using the souls of conquered warriors to resurrect the Dragon King's undefeatable army. Should they succeed, they will have the means to conquer Outworld and eventually Earthrealm. They will be unstoppable. I can no longer stand idly by and watch this evil consume the world. I have relinquished my status as Elder God to return to Earth and lead you all to battle against our old adversaries. We must act now. We must stop this deadly alliance.
Oh yeah, after Mortal Kombat 4, Raiden was briefly made an Elder God, forgot to mention that. It happens in his ending and is mentioned in Fujin's ending as well. So Deadly Alliance, not the most exciting storyline, literally, let's just take like two mini bosses. I guess Shang Tsung was kind of a boss of the first game, but he was never the most like big bad character. Let's take Shang Tsung, Quan Chi, and they just team up. MK2 the movie, no, nothing even close. And so they team up. I guess they kill. The biggest twist and surprise is that Liu Kang is now dead, Shao Kahn is now dead, but everyone else is fine. So in here, I guess the only thing I really want to show is the character roster and some of the character designs, because they redesigned the hell out of some of these people. And I think, luckily, we should have no limit on the for how long we choose. So Shang Tsung, we know him. Boraicho, we know him. Quan Chi. Fun fact about Quan Chi, apparently he used to be just a demon in hell, but then he started... I'm not sure what he was doing, but he acquired power and assumed like a human form. Sonya Blade, shorter hair, because Kano, you can see Kano has a lock of her hair as a necklace after they last fight somewhere around Mortal Kombat 3. He apparently just tore some of her hair out. A Scorpion, Li Mei. Li Mei is just some random like outworld woman who was enslaved and then rebelled a little bit. Kenshi, we know Kenshi, blind Kenshi. In his bio actually is kind of interesting because I think Shang Tsung tricked him into releasing some sort of weird, like opening some sort of weird tomb of his ancestors and releasing like all the souls or some shit. Because Shang Tsung just wants souls every time. And that blinded Kenshi somehow, I don't know. But he is like this blind ninja in some reason futuristic armor, has a sword that carries some of the souls of his ancestors that guides him instead of his seeing. He's a cool character, he's one of the more liked of the 3D era characters, and he returned in MK9 and MKX. Mavado is some random fucker from the Red Dragon, and I guess at this point I might mention about the Red Dragon that I've learned from the BIOS in this game. Apparently the Red Dragon is the original organization thing. I don't know what they're trying to do, I don't remember actually, there might be some clear descriptions of that, but it is not really that important. The thing is, the Black Dragon, Kano and the bunch, is apparently, they broke off from the Red Dragon, so it's like a sister sect, or how do you call it, like a daughter sect maybe? Doesn't matter, Mavado is just some random motherfucker, no one cares about Mavado. Johnny Cage, we all know Johnny Cage. Sub-Zero looks like an old man now, that's actually kind of like briefly explained in his story for some reason, I don't remember, it's also not important. Kano, I think this is the first game where he's Australian. Kung Lao doesn't look anything like Kung Lao, but his alternate costume does. Xu Hao,
Where is his hat?
His hat is in, I think it might be on his back here, but in the alternate costume it's properly on his head. Xu Hao is like the most hated character for some reason. I think he's cooler than half of these like new additions. He's some sort of Chinese, I mean, he has yellow skin, that's kind of racist. Yellow menace here. But he is Red Dragon enforcer, and I think he was undercover in the special forces with Sonya and Jax, helping them discover and destroy Black Dragon members. And
He looks like a Blue Oyster Club patron.
Yeah, a little bit, yeah. But I find, I don't know, I kinda like him. Maybe if he didn't have yellow skin. I like his weird like heart implant instead of Kano's head Terminator implant. He has a weird ass heart thing. And Kano actually does get the same heart thing in the later games, so I guess they kind of use the technology. Well, I mean, not that yellow, but significantly more yellow than anyone else. Now this is motherfucker Dramin. It's some demon from hell, I'm not sure what's his deal. Also, when you play as him, there's always flies flying around him. Nitara, literally just a vampire from Vampire World. I use those letters backwards. Vampire World. Absorbed into Outworld by Shao Kahn, and she's tricking Cyrex to help her unabsorb it. Kitana will know. Jax, I don't like his redesign whatsoever. Reptile, the less said about this redesign the better. Raiden, Frost. Frost is after Sub-Zero started reforming his clan, the Link Way, after everyone else was cyberized like Cyrex here. He started pretty much just kind of like, not hiring, but he, I guess, set up some sort of signing up process, competition, whatnot, where he challenged everyone's skills and the most worthy people got accepted into the new Link Way. And Frost is just some random woman who happens to have ice powers who got into Link Way at that stage. And all we know about her is that she has a very like hotshot personality, really overconfident and cocky, and just kind of gets into trouble all the time. But yeah, Reptile, let's just get this over with. So, Reptile, and for my opponent I'm gonna choose Kang Lao's second costume so we at least see his proper skin. So Reptile, I'm just gonna show one thing about him. First of all, is this not the worst depiction of Reptile in any possible game? I'm pretty sure it is. But, even better, he has the crab fighting style. Check this out.
This is fucking ridiculous.
This is Mortal Kombat. You don't get it, man, you don't get it. I guess he also has swords, but mostly he has the crab. And a very cool moving procedural tail, so that's something. Hello, Money Spider. It's better than the Mantis. I think this crab is better than the Mantis. Yeah, a little bit like Tekken. This, I guess actually Kung Lao is doing Mantis, speak of the devil. Yeah, can never properly sit or walk in this game because it's the same stick, the same direction. Yes. So the other character is Jax that I want to show. I'm gonna select him here. So you can see this design. I'm gonna not show this design. I'm gonna select his ultimate because that is the greatest. And Cyrex's also. And Cyrex was actually, after Mortal Kombat Gold, somewhere at that time he was like partially uncyberized and he regained his proper memory and whatnot. So his alternate is this dude. And just really quick, some moves of Jax and we'll stop. Also, they look kind of similar, but maybe that's a bit racist to say, actually. So check out this Jax. He does, I mean, the giant gold medallion and backwards cap already is pretty great. Let me see if I can find some of his. Also, darn it. Well, I guess I'll have to show Cyrex on the playing perspective as well, because one of his styles is actually Sambo. Yeah, I don't know how to make Jax say some of the things he says. He says some weird things like, check this out. But, what's the move for his? He has now just straight up machine gun. So, when he fires his machine gun, if I can make him do it. Every time he does it, he goes, so that's Jax. Let's see if I can make him say anything before we stop with this. Yeah? Oh well. Oh yeah, it's the best one anyway. I guess we might. I'm just kind of curious at what Sambo looks like in Cyrex's depiction. And I guess I'll check whatever the ultimate costume of Raiden is. Oh yeah, that's cool. Weird ass naked Raiden with a hat on the back.
Round one. Fight.
Cyrex is using ninjutsu and also Sambo, which I don't really know anything about. So I'm not sure how faithful this is, but I'm sure if I play the Conquest mode as him, they're gonna tell me all about his fighting style because they do it there, but I'm not gonna do it on camera. So this is Deadly Alliance. Let's switch to Deception, which we've been playing, but this time I'm gonna show the full character roster. I don't think we've seen actual like proper combat gameplay in it. We just did Conquest, and the fights in Conquest, they have like their own weird arenas and whatnot. Okay, yes, everything is successfully loading. Blah 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 blah. There is Android and Kenshi and Leon there on the other side. Oops, oh no, there's the intro. Let's watch this.
By chance that this struggle came to be. The blame falls squarely upon my shoulders for giving evil the chance it needed, and therefore fulfilling an ancient prophecy. Raiden's Earthrealm champions had failed to stop the Deadly Alliance from fully resurrecting the mummified army of the Dragon King. In the end, only Raiden himself stood between Earthrealm and total destruction. Defying the Elder God's wishes, he alone challenged Quan Chi and Shang Tsung in mortal combat, Earthrealm's last hope for freedom.
Oh man, this skull wall.
Raiden fought well against the two sorcerers, and it seemed as though victory was at hand. But the combined might of Quan Chi and Shang Tsung proved to be overwhelming, even for a thunder god.
I'll show just how snake-like I can be.
Raiden was defeated. The Deadly Alliance had won.
I feel real bad for Raiden in this one, but he's not dead, obviously. Still though, he only has good intentions.
Their victory was short-lived. As suspicion and lust for power overcame both Quan Chi and Shang Tsung, the former allies turned on each other. The Deadly Alliance was no more. Quan Chi defeated Shang Tsung and reveled in his conquest. But it is said that there is only one true ruler of Outworld. And that ruler had returned. Onaga, former Emperor of Outworld, the Dragon King. The prophecy had been fulfilled. The Dragon King had indeed returned to Outworld to reclaim his army and impose his dominance. Death awaited all who stood in his way. And so it was that a new alliance was formed out of desperation. Sworn enemies joined forces to combat a greater threat.
Well, Hazmati, when a giant dragon fucker comes,
Combined might was not enough to defeat the Dragon King.
all three of them realize that he is the biggest threat of all. What are you doing?
There was only one chance left.
Maybe he beat his stone, Hazmati.
Raiden's sacrifice was in vain.
Anyway, Raiden exploded the hell out of
The
everything.
blast had little effect on the Dragon King. Now Onaga has what he needs to shape the realms as he sees fit. I was the fool who brought him this power. Only I can destroy this threat, born of deception.
Hey, this has been Shujinko narrating the whole intro, so there's that. And this is the one that we've been playing here, and the same. I'm just gonna show the characters here. I don't know if there's any funny stances or anything. I don't know them, so I'm not gonna probably even select any of them. I'm just gonna mouse over them all. Jade returns. She's Kitana's like bodyguard, really loyal best friend. Kenshi returns. Scorpion obviously because he's always in. Apart from Mortal Kombat 3, Melina returns. Baraka returns. Sub-Zero in his weird Shredder costume. Sindel, the wife of the previous king of Edenia, named Jared, I think, not to be confused with Jarek. Jared, the father of Kitana, and she's the mother of Kitana. Havik, we've seen him in the Conquest mode. He's the Chaos Cleric who spreads chaos everywhere out of the honest, genuine belief that chaos is a blessing for any realm. Tanya is back here, has weird glowing eyes now. Noob Smoke, the weirdest thing. Noob Sabot, this is the least black he's ever been. And also he is just teaming up with Smoke in one character for some reason, with Robert Smoke. He's just like possessing him, I think, or some shit. Borai Cho, Nightwolf, who apparently did some sort of ceremony of eating the sins of his tribe to corrupt his own soul so he can descend into another realm, aka Hell, and you know, fix some shit. Ermac is back, Cabal is back, Kano is now dead. I think you can see a lot of people died. Kang Lao is not here, Liu Kang has been dead for a long time. Johnny Cage, Sonya, everyone is fucking dead. And you could see them kind of slightly in the intro, lying on the stairs on the way to the battle between the Deadly Alliance and Raiden. But of course they will all return in Armageddon, but Armageddon is really weird anyway, no one really cares about the story there. But with Kano presumably dead, Cabal is the new leader of Black Dragon, and he tries to recreate it, and this random chick, whoops, a kind of spoiled zombie Liu Kang, Kira is just random Black Dragon member, and this fucker Cobra is also some random fucking Black Dragon member. He is literally just a martial arts motherfucker who is a psychotic like killer, and just his lust for combat is what caught Cabal's eye. So Li Mei is back, the random outworld chick. Oh, I guess I should have chosen Li Mei in the Alliance because she has some good jiggle physics. Raiden is now Dark Raiden because after he exploded to hell, yes, he is kind of from Street Fighter Cosmet, he is literally Ken. Well, figuratively Ken. So Raiden, because he's a god, he never really dies. He just reformed, but he reformed as Dark Raiden because he was sick and tired of people's bullshit. We'll actually look at his bio because that details a bit more. But at this point Raiden becomes like hardcore Raiden. Shujinko here, Hotaru, that is like one of the biggest enforcers of the Realm of Order. Ashra, we've seen her in Conquest, she's the ex-demon who found some magical dagger which cleanses her a little bit every time she kills a demon, so she's obsessed now with cleansing herself. Dairo, I might have said in the previous streams that this is the guy who the Red Dragon clan is like... I guess I thought he was the demigod guy, but he's actually not. This guy is just some random mercenary from the Order realm. He was some sort of guard, then his family was killed, actually by this guy, or not directly by him, but he ordered it, because he's the terrorist in the Order realm. But this guy's family was killed and he had a little surge of anger and was imprisoned immediately for breaking order. And then he decided, you know what, fuck this shit, and he became just a mercenary. And this guy, okay, he is the terrorist leader of the resistance in the Order realm. And I guess that's it for the Deception characters. So you see a lot of new characters, but also a lot of characters back from earlier games that missed out on Deadly Alliance, and half of Deadly Alliance is just fucking dead. Yep, no Johnny Cage. Johnny Cage has been dying like 5 times by now. Okay, content, characters, profile code. Dun, 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 dun. I've discovered that everyone in the saves uploaded to GameFAQs does their password exactly as I do, which is 6x presses. So where is... who did I want to even... Raiden, right. There's 2 pages of bio for everyone here, which is kind of weird. And Raiden's... alternate bio, random... what's going on? Where's Raiden's bio? There we go. I was well aware of Naga, the former ruler of Outworld. Shao Kahn had been his advisor until he poisoned Dragon King and stole Outworld for himself. So that's an interesting thing. Shao Kahn apparently is a protector god of Outworld, or used to be, like Raiden is for Earth. But Onaga somehow managed to make him his advisor, but then Shao Kahn poisoned him and just became the ruler himself. Blah blah, returned his power sim, blah blah blah, then asked him, blah, blah, I did the only thing I could listen, my god, like, so this is actually not about his resurrection. Where's Raiden's alternate bio? By the time my energies reformed in Earthrealm, I was aware of all that had transpired. I became disgusted with the doings of mortals. It was Shujinko's vanity and desire for glory that had led to the return of the Dragon King. I will no longer allow the will of men to determine the fate of this realm. They will fight for it, or I will destroy them. All will fear the new God of Thunder. Actually, the authors wanted to just replace Raiden with Fujin, but the entitled gamers didn't like it and they brought Raiden back, but they made him dark hardcore Raiden. Like, you know, all those stories about superhero, like when Superman becomes brutal evil or just kind of like super orderly, and he kills, what's his name, Lex Luthor, and establishes this like...
Was it in like Injustice?
It was everywhere. It was in Injustice, it was in some... I think It might have been just straight up in the Justice League series, or it might have been... It definitely was some sort of comic book series arc at some point. It was probably in a movie. There was parodies of this, because I know Darkwing Duck did a parody episode on that when Gosling got kidnapped or some shit, and Darkwing Duck went all hardcore Superman enforcer of law, imprisoning people for jaywalking and all that stuff. So Raiden is now that, and I kind of enjoy. Also, alternate Sub-Zero is bald and looking stupid as hell. I kind of enjoy that Sujinko is kind of this tragic tale of just some random dude who was alright at fighting, then he was deceived by Onaga, and just his simple human ambition led to all this crap happening. Onaga, by the way, Onaga, I don't think he's selectable here, but he actually inhabits the body of Reptile, so he was resurrected using Reptile's body. That doesn't really matter in any way at all, but I just wanted to mention it. So yeah, Shujinko pretty much brought the soul. She's not out of doing anything particularly evil or anything like that. Anyway, switch to Armageddon now, because we're coming up to the hour mark, and I think we'll just fit, because there's only one intro to show, and the character roster, and there's not gonna be many new characters in Armageddon. Armageddon is just like Mortal Kombat Trilogy 2. Literally everyone from every Mortal Kombat game, without much of a story excuse. And just like that in the intro, we're gonna see everyone is now alive, and it's really weird and stupid. Everyone is just fighting in the same place in the same time. But I don't know how literal it's meant to be. We'll see. Yes, Armageddon does autosaves, I'm aware. Midway. And remember this intro, the starting shot of the vulture. Because this is gonna be
been many powerful warriors
referenced in MK9. Basically, this is the most important intro.
Mortal combat have begun to tear the fabric of the realms. The critical point has finally been reached.
There's Kintaro. But yeah, for some reason, just Team Good and Team Evil are all here.
That combatants would one day grow too powerful and too numerous. If left unchecked, their intensifying combat would weaken and shatter the realm.
Too many characters.
Bring about the apocalypse.
What's your favorite character in all this? Getting his ass kicked or her. There's Johnny Cage in there in the background as well. There we go, there he is. Dragon Ball Z! You know what I should have shown? I should have shown Quan Chi's fatality in one of those games. Because he literally just grabs your head and stretches your neck to like 1.5 meters up and nothing else happens.
The Elder Gods demanded a safeguard be put in place to avoid total destruction. One that would make use of the combatants' insatiable bloodlust. Like moths to flame, they would be drawn to
That is Striker, by the way, from MK3. Now he's a SWAT, I don't know, commando. Shiva back again for the first time in 3D. Screw with you. It's Ermac, Nightwolf, Kenshi kills Shiva, Quan Chi. Also, yeah, Hazmati, that started in MK4 and just kinda they ran with it. There's Tsuhao. They had to bring him back, even though NetherRealm hates him with all their guts. There's Ermac throwing the fuck out of Quan Chi. Also, it was not Ermac, it was Shang Tsung the whole time.
Alliances will be broken.
Onaga for some reason as well. But they just kind of leave, so it's alright.
And old hatreds will be revived.
I always thought Zombie Liu Kang was a pretty cool idea for how to change a character. I also appreciate that he learned how to fight with chains in Hell. There's Melina, whatever you want to say.
At last, it has come to this final battle. Armageddon has begun.
So, basically, for the purposes of the story, as we go into MK9, all that matters is a bunch of shit was happening, stronger and stronger bad guys. I don't know why everyone keeps resurrecting themselves, but I think it's like they have found some weird loopholes for literally everyone. Because it is, like, I would have thought that this intro showing everyone literally fighting there in some random rocky valley, I would have thought it was, like, symbolic. But MK9, in its intro, pretty much shows the direct aftermath. Spoiler alert. So it's kind of canon that literally everyone was there, and literally everyone was back to life. The Shao Kahn was winning, actually, canonically, so I can say that Shao Kahn canonically was winning. But so everyone, basically, things got too intense. And so some sort of ancient failsafe activated. The Pyramid of Argos was placed there by Edenians, I think. And on top of it was Blaze, which is the fiery red dude, or orange, I guess. And he is literally the dude from the background of Mortal Kombat 2 on the Pit 2, on the bridge in the background. There is Green Pants Liu Kang standing against someone who is on fire. And the dude on fire is Blaze. And now Blaze is this like secret, horrible, the strongest being in the world. Whoever wins against him, defeats him, gets godlike power. And that's pretty much... I don't know how this would work to stop the intense combat from destroying the world. I guess pretty much just make everyone fight against each other, which is kind of counterproductive, but they do eliminate each other. And then Blaze just kind of finishes it up. So full roster. I'm not gonna even say anything about anyone here, because we all know, we have seen him, them. Apart from, I guess there's a couple people there that are new, kind of. Sector, Cyrax, Smoke, which this design I am not a big fan. Noob separate now. Chameleon. This guy was like a weird selectable ninja in Trilogy, and he's pretty much just like a rainbow motherfucker who constantly changed between all the ninja colors in combat, and his special moves changed accordingly. Ermac, Rain, who is an Edenian prince with some godlike powers as well. Reptile with a kind of retarded looking costume again. He never recovered. After MK4 he never recovered, poor guy. I like him in MKX, I will say that much. In MK9 he's like, eh, in MKX he's cool. Sub-Zero Scorpion. Striker! Fucking Striker, the chubby ass redhead police scope with a backwards cap. In MK3, this is who he is now. Cabal. This asshole. Jarek. I'm so gay! Darius the terrorist. There is a Shao Kahn wannabe role player. Reiko, slightly different hairdo and different costume. And his costume actually looks a lot more like Shao Kahn's now. But he is still not Shao Kahn, trust me. Fujin, the god of wind. Bright Show. This fucker who no one cares about, Hotaru. Cobra, Suhao. Shujinko, Kenshi, Kai. I guess Kai has got a beard now. Jax, Kano, Johnny Cage. The best character is Mocap. I'm not gonna say anything about him, he's just Mocap. Nightwolf. Taven. This guy is from the Conquest mode. He's like, along with this guy. This, I think, is the dude who Red Dragon was formed around. He's the weird, like, demigod dude. who they worship. But I think they are brothers or something. We'll find out when I get to Deception. It's not important. Zombie Liu Kang, Kung Lao, Shang Tsung, Quan Chi, Shinnok, Dark Raiden, Li Mei.
What are the red and blue robot heads?
I will get to that, yeah. Ashra, Jade, Melina, Kitana, Sonya, Tanya, Frost, Sindel, Nitara, Kira, Serena. She is from Mortal Kombat mythology Sub-Zero. She is one of the 3 servants of Quan Chi here. This guy. So she was also like an ex-demon. For some reason now looks like a lady. And she, out of the 3 mercenaries, or I guess servants to Quan Chi, she actually kind of got a crush on Sub-Zero a little bit and helped him escape when he was imprisoned by Quan Chi in hell. But that was not this Sub-Zero. This is the younger brother Sub-Zero. That was this Sub-Zero, who is now some dark-ass motherfucker. Mocap, yeah, he is actually one of the people who did Mocap. That's literally him. I don't actually know his name, I'm sorry, but that's... So yeah, Serena, for the first time actually playable. She was just like a mini-boss, one of the 3 mini-boss in mythology Sub-Zero. I'm not sure, she might have been a secret fighter before. Kira, the random Black Dragon member, we already went through that row. Moloch, one of the 2 random demons. Drachmin, the 2nd random demon. These are from Deadly Alliance. Havik, Motaro, who got like most of his horse body chopped off because they couldn't be bothered to figure out like a non-humanoid character for this game. Baraka, Shiva, Shao Kahn, Goro, Intaro, this giant asshole who covers half the screen, Blaze, and Meat, of course, who debuted in Mortal Kombat 4, and he is literally a playable version of the model that is used in some fatalities when your skin gets peeled off. But he has a canon story behind him. That is, though, he was pretty much just like one of Shang Tsung's weird experimental creations. And that's pretty much everyone in Mortal Kombat who has ever been in Mortal Kombat. They also, somewhere in here, should be the female chameleon who has like, actually starts with a K, not a C, but it's not important. She might be secret to unlock, it's not really relevant. So, the 2 characters are from a feature. Yeah, those bottom guys, Hashmati, are all previous bosses. Profile... Whoops, all wrong, everything is wrong. I want to change my profile, because there's this feature. There is also create a fatality, which is kind of sucks, because there are no built-in fatalities in this game. You literally just press random buttons, and your character does some of the preset things, like tear his arms off, punch his head off, like tear his heart, and you just like pick a random sequence of those according to which buttons you press, and that creates a fatality. And that, everyone hated that. But there are so many characters in this, they couldn't make 2 fatalities for each one. That's kind of understandable. But you can also create fighters. And people have made DC superheroes, Marvel superheroes, Street Fighter characters. I have not downloaded. The saves with these characters are on GameFAQs. I'm sure there are videos on YouTube, countless videos of custom characters. I just tried it out once. Okay, how do I enter profile code? Select profile, done. That's my profile that I selected for this game specifically. And I think loading that profile should have loaded the 1 character that I made. Most of the character bits are locked behind currency that you get from Conquest, so I didn't really have much of a selection. Damn it, that's not the button I'm pushing.
Excellent.
And I guess let's fight, I don't know, a Naga. Also, that's not robot face, that was like puzzle face. So check out my character. Default name Combatant. I didn't give her any attacks or special moves because those all cost money. But I think she's amazing. Glorious.
What the fuck?
When I get to Conquest mode, I will slowly unlock all these parts and I will go into create a character and we'll play with that at some point later in the future. Yeah, that was my intention, Hazmati. I used... there was very little, you know, shirts and pants available to me, but I used the ones that had stripes and chose the colors. and also a beanie hat and some shoes, and I guess I made her like a really pink skin tarkatan. So that's pretty much it for the 3D era games. MK versus DC doesn't really count. And MK9 is gonna start pretty much where Armageddon ends. So this was kind of context, mildly important for MK9. You don't really need to know all this stuff because it's like a soft reboot, and the timeline restarts a little bit. But it begins with the Armageddon. They're fighting on top of the pyramid. Everyone is dead. The Raiden, Shao Kahn. You will see it tomorrow, I guess, when we play that. The last thing I wanted to show, just to demonstrate that they did actually improve, because you know MK9 story mode is pretty cool. MKX story mode was amazing. MK11 coming up shortly is something else entirely. And I have actually downloaded the MK11 launch trailer that got released earlier today, and I'm gonna show. It's gonna be the last thing I will show on stream. Shit. Okay. Let me configure OBS so it displays that instead of Melina. Okay, let's make sure that on YouTube it gets to this point. Yeah, okay, black screen. So let's just watch the MK11 launch trailer and marvel at how far they've come in terms of everything, pretty much.
Is it possible that the past and future are colliding? Only Kronika has such power.
I intend to restart history. Let the new era begin. Raiden's armies are coming. They will fight us, and they will lose.
Well, we're in the shit now.
We must find Kronika's keep and strike it as hard and as fast as we can muster.
We defend Kronika as she rewrites history.
Yippee-ki-yay, right?
Recognize me, little brother.
Yes, pre-order to get Shao Kahn, which I did. The classic thing. Also, I don't know who that is. Might be Liu Kang, might be Raiden, might be someone else. Yeah, pre-order to get Shao Kahn. I did pre-order, I will get Shao Kahn. So, I don't know about you guys, but I think that whole trailer is absolutely fucking amazing. And marvel at my amazing desktop whilst I pretty much close this up. Well, yeah, MK, it could be fun to play all these games with someone else, but I was just always into MK because the characters were super cool, like when I was young enough. And I appreciate that it's, at least now with 9 and the subsequent entries in the series, it got back on its legs, and now it embraces this, like, it encourages you to view it through the eyes of like a teenager who just thinks it's all super cool, and cheese is cool, and it's just awesome and cool. Did I say what cool? I think I said it was pretty cool. So yeah, that's why it's kind of like Turok or Doom, I guess, the new Doom, a little bit like that as well. It just like doesn't go into some weird meta self-parody too much. I guess Johnny Cage is a little bit self-parody in this game, but you know, Johnny Cage is Johnny Cage. And it's kind of, or like Wolfenstein New Order, it just embraces the ridiculousness and genuinely like shares it. Also, no, it's not my area, Hazmati, not even my town. This is actually from nearby Cherepovets, not Moscow. That's pretty far from Moscow. Well, not, I guess in the scope of the country, not that far, but still. Yeah, so I love MK nowadays just for the story, for the characters, for the lore. And MK11, there's gonna be like tons of costumes for them. I literally cannot wait to play the story mode, to unlock all the costume shit, to just customize the hell out of all the characters, to just look at them and then never play it again. But that's what I did with MKX, and I couldn't be happier with the money I spent on it. So we're gonna, I mean, I'm kind of hyping it up too much. No one might be quite as interested in it as I am, but it's just my experience with it. MKX story mode, by the time that ended, I was like cemented as an MK fan, despite not caring to play it whatsoever, like for actual gameplay. So yeah, this was my brief window into as much as I know about these weird, like, dark age of Mortal Kombat, between the early arcade games. Mortal Kombat 4 is the last Mortal Kombat arcade game, and between those and the new ones, now that everyone is agreeing that MK is back, baby, which started with MK9, I guess. Everyone was pretty surprised by how good that was. Well, maybe for the time, or maybe compared to Armageddon, I don't know, but that pretty much set a new standard for MK story modes, or fighting game story modes. We'll see how well it holds up. It's a 2011 game, so I don't know. I think it's still pretty cool, but we'll see tomorrow and the day after tomorrow. So maybe I won't have the time, and maybe I will have to dedicate one more day to it later. We'll see how it happens. Thank you for joining me for this weird short stream. I hope to see you both tomorrow and in the future MK streams. But for now, goodbye.
Goodbye.